drive the knees down toward the ground at the pelvis, retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulders, flex the shoulders to the level of coronal plane, so biceps in line with the ear. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with TV4 Work, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be your own therapist by demonstrating the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction, and more specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to correct postural bow legs. Before I get on with the exercises, I want to do a quick recap of what exactly postural bow legs are and why exactly you should care. Postural bow legs is a combination of medial rotation of the femur, pronation of the foot, and hyperextension of the knee. And when you have medially rotated femurs, the axis of motion in the knee is going to be oblique to the coronal plane, meaning the hyperextension is going to be coming in the postural lateral compartment of the knee. And that's what's going to give it that bow-like shape. And if you don't address it, it can lead to things like low back pain, hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain, and foot pain. So you would want to address it immediately. And one of the ways in which we could address it would be to do some strengthening exercises for the muscles that are responsible for lateral rotation of the femur, supination of the foot, and strengthening the muscles on the postural lateral compartment of the knee. We did those exercises a few days ago. I can include a link right up over here to the top 5 strengthening exercises for posture correction to correct postural bow legs. Then once you've done those exercises, a terrific complement to those exercises would be do some myofascial stretching exercises for the muscles that are responsible for medial rotation of the femur, pronation of the foot, and stretching the muscles on the medial compartment of the knee. We did those exercises a couple days ago as well, and I'm going to include a link right up over here to the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct postural bow legs. Let's say you've done the strengthening exercises, you've done the myofascial stretching exercises, and you're still not seeing the benefits that you would like to see. Well, a third problem that may arise is you could have nerve dysfunction, and the nerves that are going to be dysfunctional are going to be the nerves that are responsible for sending the signal to the muscles that are responsible for lateral rotation of the femur, pronation of the foot, and the muscles on the postural lateral compartment of the knee. And what we could do to address that would be to do some ELDOA exercises at those different nerve segments. So when we are looking at the nerves for the lateral hip rotators, the pronator, the supinators of the foot, and the muscles on the postural lateral compartment of the knee, we have the gluteus maximus muscle. That's going to be innervated by the inferior gluteal nerve, more specifically your L5-S1 and S2 nerve roots. Then we have the piriformis. That's going to be innervated by the nerve to the piriformis of the lumbosacral plexus, more specifically your L5-S1 and S2 nerve roots. Then we have the biceps femoris, which is going to be innervated by the sciatic nerve, and more specifically the tibial branch and the common fibular branch of the sciatic nerve, which is going to be your L5-S1 and S2 nerve roots. Then we have the soleus muscle, which is going to be innervated by the tibial nerve, and more specifically your S1 and S2 nerve roots. And then lastly, we are going to have the anterior tibialis, which is going to be innervated by the deep fibular nerve, or more specifically your L4 and L5 nerve roots. So what we could do to address that would be to do some ELDOA exercises. And the whole reason the ELDOAs are going to be so great is because the whole purpose of an ELDOA is to create space within a joint. So if the reason for your nerve dysfunction is due to compression to the nerves, then by doing the ELDOAs, we can create space within the joint, and then that can improve the nerve function, and then the nerves are going to be able to send the proper signal to the muscles to fire properly, and that can improve blood flow and oxygen in the area. So for today, I'm going to be taking you through some ELDOA exercises, and the ELDOAs I'm going to be taking you through are going to be the S2, S3 ELDOA, the S1, S2 ELDOA, the L5, S1 ELDOA, the L4, L5 ELDOA, and the L3, L4 ELDOA. So without further ado, here are the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct postural bow legs. The first ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct postural bow legs is going to be the S2, S3 ELDOA, and for it, we're going to be in a supine position, meaning you're going to be laying down on your back. You want to be supported on your elbows, and you want your elbows directly below your shoulders with your palms flat on the floor. With the feet, we want them hip width apart, and we're going to flex the knees to 90 degrees, plant the feet firmly on the floor. From here, we want to create a lemniscate in the lower body, so maximum myofascial tension. We're going to bring the big toe up, flatten the medial arch, go into external rotation of tibia, medial rotation of femur, retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown head up, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. Then, from this position right over here, we are going to press the S2 down into the ground. The coccyx we're pushing away from our body, and we want to activate the buccopharyngeal fascia and put it under tension by swallowing. And when we swallow, our tongue, we want to get it stuck up against the top row of teeth, up against the roof of our mouth. And this is the S2, S3 ELDOA. Next, the second ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct postural bow legs is going to be the S1, S2 ELDOA. For the S1, S2 ELDOA, we're going to go ahead and once again get into a supine position, and we want our head and shoulders elevated. We're going to flex the hips and knees until the sacrum lifts up off the ground to the level of the S2. Then with the hands, we're going to reach over top and grab a hold of our shins. From here, we are going to unroll until the base of the skull touches the ground. As soon as the base of the skull touches, our S2 is going to lift up off the ground, and the principal action, we're pressing the S1 down into the ground. The coccyx we're pushing away. The crown of the head, we're pushing in the opposite direction with our eyes. We're looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension. And once again, we're going to put the buccopharyngeal fascia under tension by swallowing. And when we swallow, our tongue gets stuck up against the roof of the mouth. And this is the S1, S2 ELDOA. Next, the third ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct postural bow legs is going to be the L5, S1 ELDOA. For the L5, S1 ELDOA, you can do this up against the wall, or you can do it with a partner. I'm going to be using a plyo box, but you want to get your butt right up against the wall, and with your heels, you want your heels at the level of the ischial tuberosities. If you don't know where that is, make a fist. Roughly the width of one fist width is going to be the level of your ischial tuberosities, so that's where you want your heels to be. Then, maximum extension of knees. We're going to go into dorsiflexion of ankle by pointing the toes toward our head, inversion of ankle by pointing the soles of our feet in toward the inside, and then medial rotation of femurs as much as we can without allowing the toes to touch. At the pelvis, we got retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head away, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, project the palms forward. We're going to go flex the shoulders to the level of coronal plane, so biceps in line with the ear. We're going up with the heels, down with the sacrum, into the wall with the coccyx, away from the wall with the crown of the head and the palms. And this is the L5, S1 ELDOA. Next, the fourth ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct postural bow legs is going to be the L4, L5 ELDOA. For the L4, L5 ELDOA, once again, we are going to have our heels at the level of the ischial tuberosities, and we're going to be in a seated position. So make a fist. Then, from here, we're going to flex the knees to 90 degrees. We're going to go to dorsiflexion of ankle, eversion of ankle, drive the knees down toward the ground at the pelvis, retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down between our thighs to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulders, flex the shoulders to the level of coronal plane, so biceps in line with the ear. We're going up with the palms, up with the crown of the head, driving the knees down to the floor, and this is the L4, L5 ELDOA. And last, the fifth and final ELDOA exercise for posture correction to correct postural bow legs is going to be the L3, L4 ELDOA. For the L3, L4 ELDOA, once again, we're in a seated position, and it's going to be very similar to the L4, L5. For this one, the only difference is we are bringing our feet right together and allowing our feet to touch. We're then going to flex the knees to 90 degrees and then back off a little bit so we get this nice wide V diamond. Then, dorsiflexion of ankle, eversion of ankle, drive the knees down toward the ground, and we're going to bring our heels as close as possible without allowing them to touch. We've got retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension with the arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulders, flex the shoulders to the level of coronal plane, so biceps in line with the ear. We're going up with the palms, up with the crown of the head, dragging the knees down to the ground, and this is the L3, L4 ELDOA. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct postural bow legs. If you have postural bow legs, or if you have issues with regard to low back pain, hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain, or foot pain, go ahead and give those exercises a try. And if you have given them a try, go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. In terms of the structure for the program, what you want to do is first, you're going to start with the strengthening exercises. For the strengthening exercises, you want to do 3 sets of 50 repetitions for every single one of the exercises, and that's 5-0, not 1-5. The reason we're going so high with the repetitions is because we're trying to elicit a postural change. And whenever we're trying to elicit a postural change, one of the most important things is going to be accumulating enough time under tension. So if we do the typical 8 to 12 bodybuilding repetition rep range, we're not going to be able to accumulate that time under tension. So 3 sets of 50 repetitions every single day. And then next, once you've done the strengthening exercises, you want to do the myofascial stretching exercises. For the myofascial stretches, you're going to do 3 sets of a 30-second hold for each of the stretches. And once again, we're going to do them every single day because once again, we're trying to elicit that postural change. So if we only do the stretches once a week or once a month, you're not going to be able to accumulate that time under tension, and you're not going to be able to see the true benefit of the stretches. Then, once you've done the strengthening and you've done the myofascial stretching exercises, the last thing you're going to do is the ELDOA postures. For the ELDOA postures, you want to do 1 set of a 60-second hold for every single one of the ELDOA postures, and that 1 minute, you should be going all out. It should feel very, very difficult. If it feels easy, you're likely doing it incorrectly. And with regard to the ELDOA exercises, that's 60 seconds from the time you get into the final posture, not 60 seconds from the time that you start. But 1 set every single day, 60 seconds each. That's what you want to do, and that's pretty much the programming to correct postural bow legs. If you have any questions at all with regard to any of the exercises that we discussed over the last week, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.